Welcome to the Dragon's Tome. My name's Jack. With me are my cohorts. I've got that one right there. His name's Rob. Oh.
No.
Oh.
I'm down here for you.
Oh.
I'm all over. See, like I'm down here for Jack.
It only matters what I see.
They're both down for me. We've established that.
And Jack and Pat. Jack and Pat
and Rob. Yes. So you're following along with us. You've been with us since the beginning, I'm sure. What we're doing is we're going through the Dragon magazine from start to finish, month by month, year by year, and we're going to just go over things that pique our interest, things that tickle our undercarriage a little bit. This is my episode. I'm in charge, so I'll be able to decide what we're doing and in what order, and that shan't bother a soul. That looming specter of chaos can't bother.
Hate Halo.
Oh, I'm sorry. And what we always do is we do the cover first. So we're going to do Dragon Magazine. We're doing edition 21. It's December 1978. December 1978, we're still at the $2 mark. We had a increase of cost just very recently, but we're still at the 2 shekels. And look at this. Look at this cover.
There's a dragon on it.
There is a dragon on it. It's
not the first dragon on the cover, I don't think, but no.
I still say that we're stepping up on the covers, but this, I feel, as opposed to the other ones, this is like pencil art scanned.
It definitely looks like something somebody drew on their binder, but it's really well done. It's someone who's talented drew it on their binder.
Yeah.
I feel like it's someone. This is another art class piece.
It's by Paul Jacquet, by the way.
I liked her on 227.
I saw that one coming. I slow pitched to that one. Barbarians fighting a dragon, and it's a nice snow scene too, which is nice. A white dragon. You don't see white dragons very often.
December, that's why.
Mm-hmm. That's what I thought was good.
I will say that
this
barbarian is able to stop a cone of frost with a shield.
That dragon looks really small. It's probably just a baby dragon.
That's true.
So he's probably like.
His horns don't even look that.
No, he just crawled out of his mama's womb.
They're hatched,
and they're about to burn him.
He looks a little like Falcor. He's got a little never-ending story look to him, but yeah, I like the cover.
This is pre-never-ending story. Yeah, never-ending story was in the 80s, right? So
yes.
Perfect. So that's the cover. Not the best, not the worst. Certainly a functional winter cover. A winter scene.
I like that everyone's in proportion.
Yes.
Are you mocking the proportions? Because I don't see anything that's wildly out of.
No, because the last cover, I think we had the misproportioned hobbit on top of the chariot.
No, that was like 6 episodes ago. The last one we had those misproportioned was a guy with a puberty mustache standing beside a wizard in front of a minaret.
Oh, all right.
Actually, the last one we did, wasn't it it was the Halloween episode in November, wasn't it?
Yes.
That's right. That was the Black Chariot.
There was nothing misproportionate about that. I was going back to
the ghosts were misproportioned. They weren't correctly proportioned to real ghosts.
Well, quite frankly, if you're going to draw a ghost, you better make sure it's got the right proportions, or else
otherwise it'll haunt you.
It doesn't look real. It doesn't look real.
Mm.
Okay, so who do I start with? I should probably start with Rob, and he's probably going to do his go-to bit, so maybe I should. We don't want to anger anyone. Rob?
I was waiting for you to throw it to Pat, and I was going to...
My pregnant pause was comedy stylings, but I also know my place. I also know what would happen.
Dragon Rumbles, yeah. This time, Mr. Cask is apologizing for Rail Baron still. Even though I think this is the episode that Rail Baron's actually in, but he seems to apologize for this article about Rail Baron constantly. I think he's been getting some flack from his cronies at TSR. How dare you put a board game into our fantasy magazine?
Do you think it's that, or do you think the whoever makes Rail Baron? Because Rail Baron is a classic game now. Do you think those people are giving him a hard time for making fun?
They'd be happy to have their game in the magazine to get some more publicity.
Well, I do know that Rail Baron was beloved by Gary Gygax.
Oh, is it? Yeah. So yeah. Obviously he's not the one giving him flack though. Maybe it's like a preemptive thing where he assumes all these fantasy nerds are going to be like, "How dare you put a board game in our fantasy magazine?" Maybe it's just a preemptive strike.
Well, I mean, they have Dungeon in there, and that's very much a board game.
Yeah, but it's a fantasy board game. Rail Baron's theoretically realistic, right? Isn't it just you're trying to run a railroad in the Wild West or something like that?
I think so.
And he also says that the paper shortage is getting worse, and paper went up another 13%. So we can really feel his pain. Other than that, that's about it. It's a short but sweet Dragon Rumbles. So back to you, Jack. Back to you in the studio.
This just in. Breaking news. Pat, what do you have on the docket for tonight's edition?
All right, so I went to page 7, I think.
Great.
This is the Pat maneuver.
Yeah.
Oh, how dare you!
Oh, what is the article called?
What do you call it? 25th level wizard?
Yes. You are on page 7. You are correct, sir.
Okay. I thought he was going to go to an ad because
page 6 is the ad, yeah.
Yeah, the ad is worth through.
We'll get to it.
So this again is another article chart table that we all love. And this one is it's a chart table to name the level class of your character. Like that was a big thing in the Player's Handbook. If you look at your old Player's Handbook, you get to a certain point where it just becomes a generic like fighter champion level 12, challenge level 13, challenge level 14. So this one allows you to kind of create your own. And if you had a 6-sided dice, you can make one right now.
Oh, we only need a 6-sided dice.
Yeah, I'm going to be the governor. The governor.
I, in fact, have a 6-sided die. You can barely see it. It's nice chromed. I got it from a Christmas cracker.
Nice.
I'm going to roll mine right now. I'm 3. What's number 3?
Distinguished.
It could be any of those, right?
Yeah. What do you want to be?
Poussant.
Poussant. All right. Poussant.
That's me. Jack's got it. He's got a special one.
Yeah. Let's see here. 3.
Same as mine. You get the same list.
Yeah.
Sublime. I think, Jack, you're sublime.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. I thought I was,
you're actually supposed to pick one from every column.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
impossible.
Geez.
That's impossible. That's too much.
I'd rather be Poussant.
I'll be Poussant.
I don't even know what it means.
And I'm sublime.
A sublime?
Yeah,
you're not good enough to be a lime. You're a sublime.
No, I'm parlime.
Or you're a lime that's in a submarine. You're a sublime.
You don't practice Santeria, so.
Thank you.
So there you go. We figured out what our 25th level wizard's called. Jack.
So.
Yes. Okay. Well, if that's all we're discussing about that article, which is fun. It's
very self-explanatory. It is another chart, and I thought it was a nice little addition to naming titles because we'll start to delve in these players' handbooks and DM's guides soon.
Well, then I'm going to bip up to on the PDF. It's page 8, but on the magazine is page 6, and it is a caption contest. Since we're playing games with dice and such, it's right at the bottom. It's the bottom 1/3, and it is a caption contest for a $25 gift certificate from TSR. And if we can take a gander at the picture, it is
$25 and 13 issues. That's not bad.
That's big money for 78.
For just having a silly something you can put on that little. If you look, there's a little line there that you would fill in your answer. There's looks like a fighter with a bow, and then a monk who has been completely pincushioned with some of the arrows. So I'm going to throw it to Rob first. What is your caption for this caption contest?
I'm going to say, missed it by that much. That's what mine is.
Classic.
I would have pre-done the movie. I think the movie wasn't... Was it out? Yeah, no anymore.
Yes. My caption? I am a master of defense.
Nice. Ironic.
And I'm going to go with... the caption will have periods, though, I... I'm a master, of defense.
Not a period after each one, like your Captain Kirk?
Yes.
Jack, what's yours?
I'm going to say missed it by that much. Yeah. Or I don't know. The monk looks blind, so I would go with something like that. Like shoot anytime you're ready, and the other guy looking.
And the other guy's like, that's pretty good. Nice.
Yeah. So that is my article. A little bit of comedy stylings. I'm looking forward to seeing who or what is the winner. That is my plan, is to look into the future and see who got the first prize on this little.
The way they announce prizes, it'll be like in 10 years, because I think they just, in one of these issues, they announced the prize of like a naming contest for one of the creatures that they did like issue 3. So
yeah. So that is it for the first round of articles that we have, piqued our interest. Rob, is there something else that you wanted to discuss? Something else in here that you were like...
I thought you were going to discuss this one because it's on the exact same page, and it's the other humorous side of D&D, or you don't kill too many characters, do you? And once again,
I hate this kind of thing.
I hate it too, but that's why I like bringing it up. More hijinks from a-hole GMs. That's what this is.
That's exactly it. When I read it, I was just like, oh my God.
And I don't know if it's supposed to be funny, or if he's actually discussing and he thinks that what his DM was doing is funny. I'm not sure which it is. But if his DM actually did the things that he just described that GM did, I would be like, screw you, dude. I'm not playing your game. Because it's like he literally changes what happened in the game because it's to suit his needs. It's like, you have guys, they're breaking down the door. Okay, I'll do this. Oh, they're actually 20 feet away. And all. It's like, what? No, they were breaking down the door 2 seconds ago. Like, it's just so many bad things in here. And it annoyed the hell out of me. That's why.
It was annoying. Him just talking about his party being just decimated by one unreasonable thing after the other. I don't know.
He walks into a room and then they walk back out the room and then all of a sudden there's a trap there. It's like, where'd this trap come from?
The patience of Job. I don't know how anyone would have sat at that table. I can't imagine it's real. I think it's satire.
Or it's real and his thing is like, yeah, isn't this funny? What an asshole. Like, maybe he's pointing out what an asshole this guy is. Maybe that's what the point of the article is. But
but then why would it say that the DM is often funnier than the players at the very end? Is that, are you just saying...
Maybe sarcastically saying.
It's funnier, a code for jackass?
Yeah. Yeah, he thinks he's so funny. Yeah. Maybe it's so sublime, that we didn't get it, but I think it's just I think like Jack said, it's guy just exaggerating. But if this really happened, I would punch that GM, frankly. Or I would be just like, okay, never mind then, and leave. Like,
Yeah, I would probably just start playing with my dice and reclining, and then be like, you know what, dude, this is not.
Or they're like, what are you gonna do? Does it matter? You're just gonna kill me anyways.
you're gonna externate whatever we do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, usually when I play, if I get in a DM like that back in the day, I would just find the easiest way to kill myself and then go home.
Yeah, I would be at that point for sure. That's it.
So Mike
I just
Crane,
wanted to point that out. Mike Crane, please call in and let us know.
Yeah, if you're still around.
Oh.
Now, I believe. Well, thank you, Pat. For I don't know if you're doing a conscious callback or if that was just your mean-spiritedness just happens to synergize with the fact that I believe Rob called for Mike Crane's death a couple episodes ago.
It's the same guy.
I believe it's the same guy.
He's my arch nemesis, and I never even knew it.
So I don't know.
Someone's got to be my memory for me, Jack. You'll keep track of my arch nemesis.
So this Mark Crane guy is the guy that writes all the articles that Rob hates them.
And I must be a masochist because I always choose them. So.
Well, Pat, tell us what did your arch nemesis write this month?
I don't know if I have an arch nemesis, but I seem to find all the charts, and I love these charts. So we're going to go to page 10.
This was one of mine too, because this is crazy.
Which one?
The Boot Hill encounter chart?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
And it's just...
Or what to do between bank jobs. It gives you a nice little town encounters to have, or a way to start off small little jobs to start off the next adventure. There's a little chart you can do.
Usually, like, random, like, town encounters aren't, like, getting into gunfights and being pickpocketed. Like, this is the most extreme Wild West town ever. It really is wild. Because there's not a good thing on this list. There's nothing good.
I like how it's before 8 p.m. and after 8 p.m.
And then, like, one's hidden sniper. It's like, what?
Hidden sniper, shot at by 3 people, insane gunfighter. Like, at no point is that like a slice of life, day in the life of your character situation.
It is. This city's crazy.
Yeah,
it's Boot Hill, guys. Boot Hill is a dangerous town.
I guess so. Well, the only good one is Lady of the Evening.
I don't think you guys remember playing Boot Hill. Boot Hill was actually quite deadly.
Yeah, but not when you're in between jobs.
Yeah, this is a good way to get you jump started. You know, you get jumped, and then you chase them down to wherever to start the next adventure.
I suppose so, but it's a nice little compact little article that a couple dice rolls. If you're in a pinch, you could have some jump off point for a
I see it's a jump off point, not just things to do in between bank jobs. That's
yeah. I don't have another article, so if I may be so bold to jump into ads.
I have another article though.
Me too.
Then my boldness shall be put asunder.
I think this is my last one, though. Yes.
Okay.
It's my turn, right?
Yes.
Yes.
We're just keeping right here, page 9. We're all together right here. Inflation in D&D. It's D&D variants by Willie Callison. Willie. Groundskeeper Willie here has a neat article about... it's a response to... We talked about a long time about an article about how you should get experience by spending gold, not by getting it. And that would reduce players from hoarding all this money. And this guy pretty much sums it up by saying, just don't give your players so much money. Like, it's a simple solution. And he also kind of says, before copper and silver are, like, useless. They're just... Make those actually useful in the game and make them the actual currency. And gold is a little more rare. That's I guess the point is that all the charts, everything is in gold, and maybe don't do that. Reduce the cost of things, certain things, and so
start the conversion as copper being the most prevalent.
Yeah, because they said like you're not going to mug some guy in the street and find like 5 gold pieces. That'd be ridiculous. That'd be like them carrying their life's money in their pocket. You might find 5 copper pieces though. You know, like. And when I play, every time I've ever played D&D, it always has been copper and silver, the more common things, and gold's, it's hard to get gold. I think this is the kind of the idea that people got in their head early on that, hey, let's not give our players so much gold. Because I've never been in a campaign where you get tons of gold. So I think those charts where the random monsters and stuff, where you get so much gold from monsters, I think by the time I played, a lot of people would reduce those either in the game itself or outside the game as a GM, saying, I'm not giving them 8,000 gold for killing a kobold or whatever, so. But I thought it was an interesting article, and it was, once again, nice and sweet and short, but right to the point. And he was able to refute another article without name-calling and being, mean.
Yeah, there was no defamation of character. There was no digs or stuff like that. Even at the end, when during summation, he's like, "Hey, you're the DM. You can do what you want." But it was a lot less confrontational than we've seen in the past.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was. I thought it was a well-written article. Yep. So that was my last one, Patrick.
Patrick,
my last one will be on page 24.
Oh, now we got to go to page.
We've actually started to delve into the interior of the magazine.
Yeah.
I was kind of wondering if the two of you had not just read the first couple pages and decided.
I stopped at page 10.
Couldn't do it.
So this article is called "That Other Dungeon," and this is the dungeon tournament stats and rules that they used at Gen Con 11. And I thought that was pretty cool that they included all the things you can do. Since I have this game, I'm going to keep this off to the side, because when you guys come for Gen Con 2020, we're going to hold our own dungeon tournament and put it on the channel.
Rob, did you get a time machine between last time I talked to you and now?
2022.
Okay, because I thought either I was having a stroke or perhaps...
You were having a stroke because you didn't hear the 22. I said 2022.
I was stroking so hard that my hearing went out for a second.
Your stroking so hard, my hearing went out.
That's not the first time we've had that conversation. I'll tell you that right now.
And we'll use these rules.
I don't think I've ever played Dungeon.
It's very simple.
I haven't played in a very long time. I think Jacket. Did you have Dungeon? Or the other one?
I believe I had Dungeon.
Yeah. I do have another article. I forgot. It's on the next page. That's why I just have this. Can I just... It's a quick one.
Yeah, go ahead, because this is self-explanatory if you look at it. It just gives you all the different extra prizes that they made up for the game and the new characters for the game.
And I am all for a little bit of chaos. You know me. I'm down for a little bit of chaos. But it seems like Rob has really just decided, like someone's cranking that thing on the side of the box that he lives in. He's starting to get a little...
What it was is I wanted to prove that I read past page 10.
Oh, okay.
And it's on the next page. It's The Silmarillion, a review. And it's just a quick review of the novel by J.R.R. Tolkien. And this guy liked it. And I think it's just a random bunch of names and events. And this reader found it charming. And I found it impenetrable. That's why I want to just throw some shade at the Silmarillion.
I'll throw shade at it too, because I don't know anyone that has actually read that book. I know the people who say they've finished it.
Yeah.
But I doubt the authenticity of people who say they finished that book.
I may have finished it, but I don't know that I finished it because it's just random. Even in this review, he mentions that half the characters are named have 10 different names. It's like, stop changing the names. But it is like the Bible for the Lord of the Rings world, Middle Earth. So
100%.
So it would be just as impenetrable.
I tried to read it.
I gave it a college try. I couldn't do it.
Jack,
I still have it.
Oh, I think I have it. Too.
I won't say that I thoroughly enjoyed every word, and it does take a while to get into, but I've read it more than once. So what does that say?
That you tried to read it more than once?
Yeah.
No, I've read it more than once, and I think it does make, once you know what Gandalf really is in The Lord of the Rings and what Saruman is, and it kind of
Maybe it's the beginning, because the beginning is really hard to get through. It's just pretty much like the Bible. It's just a bunch of names, and I think it, like you say, that by the end, it does get into more of the actual people you know, like some of the elves and stuff, and you're like, oh, okay, this is making a little more sense, but yeah.
And I think in the article, when I read the article, it broke, the author of this article said that it's broken into segments and that this one deals with this one deals with this. Yes, that first bit is a slog. If you don't want to push through, like Rob said, just like a someone begot someone situation.
T. Watson, I'm glad you enjoyed the similarity. $10 though. That'd have been expensive back then.
Oof.
It was a hardback. I'm sure it's a hardback, and it's not a paperback like we have. I have a paperback of it at least. But yeah. Anyways, that's it. I'm done with my articles, Jack.
Okay. Well, I'm Pat, you need done. You need another go.
I'm good. I did my articles.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to ask us to scamper on up to page 7 of the PDF.
I think you stole one of my ads, but that's okay.
I stole everybody's ad. This is the ad in this magazine right now. Because, really, this is a big news. This is big times.
Yeah.
Okay. Across the top, come into my parlor. And we look at a picture, and that is
the classic. That's the classic cover.
With a couple of demons on there, and this is for the Tomb of Horrors. And in my notes, I wrote down Tomb of fucking Horrors because shit done got real right now. This is we've discussed the D line of modules, which were the giants, and we had D was for the Underdark.
Giants. D
is the drows.
No, yes. D was dungeons. Drows come later. They're probably S, for all I know.
No, D was the drow.
D was drow.
Yeah.
They start in the dungeon, and you get to the drow.
Yeah. You eventually end up with the Underdark.
S is Tomb of Horrors. A were the slave lords.
So we're now starting S, and this is when this is the top tier of both masochism in module form as well as
this literally is the module created specifically to kill characters before you even start playing.
Where you show up and you're like, you're going to enter the dungeon. Oh, but there's also this thing here. Yeah. Don't touch it.
Dead.
Don't touch it. Oh, you're all dead.
Well, the 3 entrances are 2 are trapped.
Yep.
One leads you down full of traps, and should you make it to the end, chances are at best you become a woman. At best you flip your sex.
Yeah, it's the cruelty that was the original modules. That's for sure.
But definitely an iconic situation here, and this is Dungeon Module S1.
I think everybody's played this one too. Like back in the day, like everybody had this one for some reason, and everybody attempted to play it.
Oh yeah,
like I think it was just one of the ones, you know.
Yeah. Like I know. Keep on the Borderlands and stuff. I think.
Well, that came with a box set, didn't it? Keep on the Borderlands.
Yeah. Keep on the Borderlands was the red box set.
Yeah,
would be the one that everyone played the most.
Yeah.
But if you were to say, okay, outside of that, most people, if you said Tomb of Horrors, would go, oh yeah.
Well, this one and the next one would be S3, Expedition to Barrier Peaks. Would be the next one. I think is the most, because that's where it kind of crossed over into Gamma World, where you had that thought was Gamma World before Dungeons & Dragons or after Dungeons & Dragons. Because you can find a laser gun and a spaceship in Expedition to Barrier Peaks.
No, they were trendsetters back those days.
Yeah, but all these S modules were rough. Like S2, Expedition to White Blue Mountain, hard as F2. You get trapped in a gladiatorial arena with like 5 or 6 mana cores.
It's this. So I think we all had it in once we saw that picture. We saw the name. We all had to make mention of this, anyways.
Yeah, this was the article, the ad to talk about. It's always nice to see the new stuff coming out. Like this is the I think there's a few other modules coming up that we get to talk about, and yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, so it was a D&D module that was run at the tournaments, and they've turned it into an AD&D module, and it lives on in infamy. So, yeah, that's my ad. Rob, what do you have something you want to take a gander at?
My ad is on page 7 on the PDF, and it's Tome of Horrors.
Oh.
This is one of the first modules. Oh, wait, we just talked about it. No, I have no other ads. There's nothing else in this ad-wise that we haven't already talked about, I don't think.
Yeah, the ads are very sparse in these last couple of issues.
Well, there's a lot of the same ones. You always get the Grenadier Model 1, or you get the,
I do have one more kind of ad on page 24.
Bonus ad on page 24. Let's take a look.
24 in the PDF, 21 in the magazine.
23 in the PDF.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
no.
The
International Dungeon Design Competition?
Yeah, I think it's just the tournament. I like how it's a tournament it's a designing contest, but you get these modest prizes. And then the thing that kills me is you have to sign this waiver at the end.
Yeah, because they're going to sell it.
Yeah.
But it's not that they were asking for a lot. You had to hand draw a dungeon. You had to do some text and stuff like that. It wasn't like they were, hey, do a whole module for us situation.
I think, you kind of end up doing that for them, and then you only get $100 in Dragon issues, and then they get to repurpose this thing and then sell it for.
Yeah, it's 200 words or less, they said. So you're not going to be doing too much work for them, but. And I'm curious to know if whoever wins this, if it does get published in something, or maybe it just ends up in Dungeon or Dragon magazine. Speaking of which, when's Dungeon magazine come out? I wonder. We'll have to find that out. That's where all this kind of stuff ends up in the future, in the Dungeon magazine.
It does. And is this your segue into our new podcast, Dungeon magazine, the Dungeon Tome, where we go into
the Dungeon Dome.
The Dungeon Dome, where we start from.
Is it Dungeon Dome or Dungeon Crawl?
We have to. What the thing with Dungeon is, we have to play every single module in every single issue, so it takes a lot longer to do.
Yeah, we're still in the sketching out stages. We'll keep you posted, everyone, if you want to.
You'll also get an autographed copy of a Player's Handbook and DM's Guide.
That'd be cool. That'd be worth some cash nowadays.
See, here's the thing that makes me think that they're going to steal a bunch of stuff, because it says finalists up to 10.
Because we're going to put it in one big book.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? We'll see. Hopefully we get once again, Jack, hopefully get the results of these competitions that keep coming up, which I don't think we do.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a full-on... to my knowledge, I don't remember seeing anything released by TSR that was like this, and I don't remember. It does say the winning
entry will be published in Dungeon Magazine number 30 at normal rates, so they're going to pay them to publish it too. So that's not bad. Normal rates though, isn't it like it's less than I think it's a cent a page or something, or cent a word. So it's 200 words. So it's what, $2?
Yeah, pretty much.
The pictures are 1,000 words, though, don't they?
Yeah. Speaking of pictures, I'm actually looking at I'm looking deeper into this sketch in the middle of the thing, and these orcs or goblins, however you want to call them, are very samurai-ish.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
A little bit, and it looks like actually, it's
what's that, Jack?
Yeah, it looks like there's like a action scene unfolding with a sly wizard following up.
I think they look like Playmobil characters.
Playmobil?
They look like they're Playmobil. Like those round heads and round bodies.
Yeah.
That's what they look like.
Well, there definitely is something going on with those words, because I think he's thinking about kicking this fighter in the back and then running away, because look at his eyes. They're shifting.
He's sly. Yeah.
Sly wizards.
Like
Something tells me he's not really a wizard. He told everyone he was, but
he's a torchbearer. His out of your fireball is whipping that torch down on those guys.
While yelling fireball and then running away.
Yep, after kicking the knight. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, well, then that should be this edition. Episode 21 for magazine number 21 of The Dragon. Is there anything you two would like to let anyone know about before we head off to our respective homes, our domiciles?
Well, I'm still trapped in this library, so I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, I can't get past this dragon, so I'm just kind of waiting until he falls asleep.
Well, that is sad because being trapped in both a library and with a dragon, far worse than me just in my my home here, which if I hadn't rubbed Vaseline all over the camera, you'd be able to see in great detail, but it's very comfy.
The dragon is trying to lick Pat in the ear, so
no,
he doesn't want to kill him. That's all.
He's an amorous dragon, that's for sure.
Yep. Luckily, his wing is covering the other end of him. Otherwise, we'd have to we'd get kicked off YouTube.
There would be a dragon dong.
Whoa.
Hashtag dragon dong. I'm sure it's there already. You don't have to add to that hashtag.
Yeah, hey, I'll do this, and all of a sudden, it's just this. It looks like something out of a sci-fi dystopian where they've got your eyes wide open, and you have to look at a screen, and you see all the
flashing
sins of
images
man.
Really fast. Yeah.
Yeah. And then someone's preaching about how humanity doesn't deserve to live because there's atomic bombs, and then there's a rotting opossum, and then yeah. Anyways, thank you for joining us. We've had a swell time, and stay tuned. Next week, we're going to do another episode. Until then, I've been Jack.
I'm a Chopper.
I'm Rob.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.